So we've been talking this month about soul care, and we've been in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, the Outer Banks in North Carolina, and today we're on the shores of the Susquehanna, right in front of Harrisburg, our state capital. And we've been talking this month about soul care, caring for that deepest part of our being, that part that integrates everything else into a whole. We've visited ruthlessly eliminating hurry from our lives, and simple practical things like getting physical rest, sleep, and spiritual rest, taking a Sabbath. Last time we looked at caring for your soul through personal growth and development, exercising your soul, if you will. In this final video connection on soul care, I'd like to focus on what God is doing in you. Most of the time, our focus is on what God is doing through us, and so we tend to become results-oriented. How many were in church Sunday? Was an event successful? Did we do well in what ministry we presented and so forth? But even when God is working through us, He is also working in us. Ruth Haley Barton wrote a book, Strengthening the Soul of Your Leadership. It's a journey with Moses through his leadership experiences. In the last chapter entitled Re-envisioning the Promised Land, Barton says this: strengthening the soul of our leadership is an invitation to stay connected with our own soul, that very private place where God's Spirit and my spirit dwell together in union, and to lead from that place. This is a place where we don't have all the answers, or at least not when everybody wants those answers. It's a place where we're not in control, God is. It's a place where the quickest way isn't always the best way, because the transformation that is happening in us is more important than getting to where we think we need to go. We're often in a hurry to get somewhere, a goal achieved, a task accomplished, to our very own promised land. But what may be frustrating is that God doesn't seem to be in a hurry. He seems to be as concerned about the process as the promised land. He's working in you as well as through you. I'm intrigued by Deuteronomy 34:4. In that passage, it says, "Then the Lord said to Moses, 'This is the land of which I swore to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, saying, I will give it to your descendants. I have caused you, Moses, to see it with your own eyes, but you shall not cross over there.'" Never once did Moses complain about this reality. 80 years of leadership, and Moses doesn't quite get to experience the promised land. He gets to see it from a distance, but he doesn't get to enter it personally. What's up with that? Well, the truth be known, many of us are experiencing someone else's promised land. We're enjoying the answers to prayer offered a generation or two back a ways. And the reality is that some of the prayers we pray won't fully be answered in our generation. If we're not careful, we can become discouraged, frustrated, even embittered, because we fail to appreciate that God is working in us, individually and collectively, and not just through us. Moses, God's friend, seemed to navigate this so well. I have to agree with Ruth Barton's conclusion that for Moses, God was the promised land. Not real estate, but God's presence that had accompanied Moses all through the journey. Let me ask you today, Pastor, has your soul found its delight in God's abiding presence? He not only wants to work through you, He wants to work in you. The results, and I love results, we ultimately have to leave results to God. Now, I have to qualify that with a quote. We work as if it all depends on us, but we pray as if it all depends on God. I love that balance. And here's a thought as an epilogue. The next time we read of Moses, remember Deuteronomy 34, he dies and is buried by God. The next time we read of Moses, he is in the promised land, and he's talking with Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration. Yeah, that brings strength to my soul. God has a way of bringing things around in glorious fashion. So may God Himself be your portion, your promised land, as you love Him with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Friend, take care of your soul.